Hi, this is Gary from Rocket Agency. I'm here with our Managing Director, David Lawrence.
Hey guys.
How are you?
Excellent, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Today we're talking about campaigns that fail. We don't get too many of them at Rocket, but when we do, it's always a useful exercise to kind of look at what those commonalities are and what we can learn from them. So, what are your thoughts? What do you see when campaigns fail?
Yeah, great question. I come to a lot of campaigns from a strategic point of view, and often if there's a campaign that's struggling, then it'll come across my desk, and there's a whole bunch of different things that can go wrong, technical, right through to really core marketing issues, and probably the one I want to talk about today, those core marketing issues. So one of the biggest challenges that any client has is when they're trying to drive traffic to a website or to any other type of campaign, and the message that they're using and the offers that they're taking out to their prospects are simply not strong enough to get those people to take action. So that's the number one issue I see that can be really challenging to solve.
Mm-hmm. Okay. When you find this is the case, what do you do?
What you tend to do is the biggest issue quite often is to try to get clients to understand where they have those deficiencies. A lot of clients are very close to their brands. There's a saying, it's kind of a weird saying, which is your baby is ugly. And that basically means that parents are really close to their children. It can be really tough for them to understand what their baby looks like to the rest of the world. Babies are beautiful, of course, all babies are beautiful, but with businesses, a business owner or someone that's been there for a long time can feel that their brand represents certain things that people that are new to the brand may not feel in a similar way. So what we tend to say to clients is it's really useful to get a few people that they trust who aren't too close to their business to actually go through their sales and marketing funnel and point out how they feel it performs. So it can be doing searches for keywords that are really useful for that client, having a look at their competitor sites, having a look at their site, and then just working out what is strong and what is weak.
Yep.
And sometimes you'll get to the end of that and you'll feel like the brand that you're looking at is really strong, but often you'll see there's some pretty significant gaps. There's some messaging that just doesn't really resonate with key personas, or there's some offers that just aren't as strong as their competitors, and we all operate in really competitive areas. So if you're not going to market with something really strong, you're really going to come off second best. So get some people you trust to look at that experience from a distance and give you some feedback. That's probably my number one piece of advice.
Yeah, and I see that a lot. So I work more on the technical side, and it's extremely hard to make real inroads from a technical point of view if the messaging isn't right in the first place. It's very hard to optimize campaigns when what you're actually putting out there is not compelling, and there's no good reason why people would want to take you up on an offer.
100%.
Yeah.
And I guess looking at this from a different perspective as well, I know you spend so much of your time inside Google Ads, setting campaigns up and working out how to make them perform. Can you think of some campaigns you've seen fail for really technical reasons and how I guess you'd go about resolving those issues?
Yeah, so often you will look at a campaign and there might be kind of fundamentally problematic structural issues there. Campaigns structured in such a way that it's hard to funnel budget into the best areas. Campaigns with inappropriate bid strategies. But I think the number one issue that I would kind of focus on is a targeting issue. So you've talked about the messaging side. I'm thinking more along the lines of maybe going a bit too broad on search. So ads showing perhaps for keywords that don't make sense for the business. Advertising, we'll see ads kind of showing for free searches for free, and that makes sense if you're offering free shipping. It doesn't make so much sense if you have a product that you don't want to sell for free. People searching for jobs, you obviously don't want your ads to show there unless you're actually providing a solution to people that are looking for jobs. On the display side as well, so you create audiences and you don't want your creative to be wasted on people with no intent. So I think it's just a case of looking at where your ads are showing, the keywords rather the search terms that are showing those ads, making sure you're not wasting any budget with them.
Yeah, nice one. Good practical tips.
Yep.
If people want more information, what can they do?
They can come to our website, so rocketagency.com.au. We've got an article up there on what to do with failing campaigns. There's lots of really useful information there. I strongly suggest you check it out. Thank you, David.
Thank you, guys.
All right.